everyone. Back on Channel Secret Paradise. This time we'll talk about small-scale irrigation dams. Irrigation is one of the alternative ways of watering rainwater land in the dry season. Usually farmers use irrigation to help increase agricultural production, so that with irrigation, the land no longer relies on rain that comes often erratically. By definition, irrigation is the provision, retrieval, division, provision and flow of water that uses a system in the form of certain channels and buildings. It is intended to support agricultural production, rice fields, and fisheries. In addition, every irrigation requires specific ways and management strategies. Each irrigation has a different type. It is adapted to the place or location. In addition, the type of cultivated plants also determines the irrigation techniques to be used. In general, farmers use irrigation to help increase agricultural production, so that with irrigation, the land no longer relies on rain that comes often erratically. In addition, there are several functions and benefits of irrigation, including the following. 1. Irrigation serves to meet water needs in agricultural areas that have low or no rainfall. 2. Irrigation is needed in order to clean the soil and pests that are often harmful to crops. 3. Through irrigation can also provide substances that are useful for plants. 4. Irrigation aims to maintain the temperature balance so that the plant grows well. 5. Increase groundwater supplies for daily needs. Dam trench is a water conservation building in the form of small bins in natural trenches or small rivers that can hold water and increase the height of the water surface to be further channeled as irrigation water, either directly or by using water pumps. Banjarjo village meets the criteria to be able to build agricultural infrastructure and trenches. In principle, this trench dam technology aims and works to 1. Decreases peak discharge, which is the highest discharge that occurs in the flow. Usually in the rainy season the discharge of water in a trench channel is very high so that it can cause floods and landslides and erosion by bringing with it a fertile upper layer of soil. With the construction of a trench dam that cuts off the flow, it will reduce the speed of the flow of the trench. 2. Extending the response time, that is extending the time interval between the time of maximum rainfall with its maximum discharge. With the length of time the water is retained in the watershed, then some water will seep into the soil to fill, recharge, groundwater reserves and some water can be flowed to land that needs water or land that never gets irrigation water through the trenches. In the trenches were then also made dam, bend again, so on, so that the area of land that can be fed can be maximized. The main factor of irrigation is because water has many benefits in agriculture. What are the benefits? See the explanation as follows. Helps wet the soil in the agricultural area. Helps fertilize the soil in the agricultural area. Helps the absorption of garden nutrients in agricultural areas. Replenish the body fluids of agricultural plants. Helps the metabolic system of plants in agricultural areas. Helps maintain the temperature of crops in agricultural areas. With the various benefits above, then use irrigation sources in agricultural areas appropriately and effectively so that your agricultural business becomes more qualified and successful. Wetting the rice fields is indeed very much needed. But the wetting is not just wet origin, wetting rice fields also needs to be regulated water content. It is not recommended for rice fields that are too wet so that the water pooled in it, for too little wetting. Therefore, wetting on this rice field can be arranged using irrigation. Thus, irrigation serves as a wetting as well as a control of wetting the rice fields. One of the benefits to control the wetting of the rice fields so that the rice fields can be watered throughout the year, both in the dry season and the rainy season. The purpose of irrigation is formed so that the rice fields owned by farmers are not too difficult if they want to get water. especially when the dry season comes. So, this irrigation will greatly facilitate farmers in providing irrigation to their rice fields. If the water source is far from the rice field, then farmers do not need to bother to draw water and bring it to the rice fields because there are already irrigation channels that will bring water to the rice fields. Irrigation is a tremendous benefit for rice fields and also for the plants in it, so this irrigation can be said as one of the supporting means for food security in Indonesia. If there are no irrigation canals, then our rice fields will probably experience drought and crops cannot thrive, so farmers will not get a lot of harvest. If all farmers in Indonesia experience the same thing, of course this kind of thing will be very detrimental to the country because the supply of food from the country itself is only small, and the government will be forced to import. Therefore, irrigation is very important, both for farmers, for our own crops, and those of us who consume agricultural products, and also for the economy of our own country. Water movement is a kind of cleaning of rice fields from various kinds of useless things, garbage. By using this irrigation water, all useless things contained in rice fields such as dirt, pollution or sewage, garbage that we usually find at the surface of rice fields can be poured into the place that has been provided, drainage channels, or digenter to the outside of the rice fields. Thus it will clear the rice fields naturally and the rice fields will be free from garbage, dirt, and so on. That's all about the content this time. Hopefully this video can help. See you again at channel's Secret Paradise.